YouTube, what is good, bruv, gang, what is good, and we are back with another video. With the final month of the second quarter of the gaming year fast approaching, we are still seeing some more incredible JRPG releases hitting the shelves. As always, I got you guys covered with the best JRPGs I think are worth putting your money into this month, so stay tuned as I give you guys my top 5 JRPGs you can play in the month of June 2023. Coming in at number 5, we have Soulvars. Developed by Geno Labo and published by Geno Labo and Shueisha Games, Soulvars will launch for PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, Xbox Series, Xbox One, Switch and PC via Steam on June 27, 2023 worldwide. Soulvars is a pixel art, turn-based, deck-building RPG inspired by classic JRPGs with a modern twist. Unravel a dark conspiracy as your party of soulbearers faces off against invading dominators in dynamic action-packed battles. So Soulvars was announced back at the Tokyo Game Show in 2022. It was a game that immediately grabbed my attention with its gorgeous 2D art style and its insane use of vibrant colours. Now I know there have been a lot of JRPG inspired indie titles with similar pixel art styles, but personally I can't get enough of them. I always get a kick out of trying new JRPG inspired titles, with some of my recent favourites being games like Jack Move and Crystal Project, which are both insanely underrated JRPGs in my opinion. The one thing that caught my attention was how fluid and fast the turn-based combat looks, and for a turn-based game that's saying a lot. I'm not sure how deck building will be incorporated into the game, but based on the trailer I think they'll execute it superbly. In regards to the art style, the 2D sprite work looks absolutely incredible, and in my opinion has the most unique looking character sprite designs I've seen in recent memory. Soulvars is most definitely a game I can see flying under the radar, and if you're in the mood to check out a JRPG inspired indie title, look no further than Soulvars. A demo is also supposed to be available in the coming weeks, so definitely be on the lookout for that. Soulvars is definitely a game worth checking out, and I for sure will be supporting this game when it drops on June 27th. Coming at number 4, we have Etrian Odyssey Origins Collection. Developed and published by Atlus, Etrian Odyssey Origins Collection will launch for Nintendo Switch and PC via Steam on June 1st, 2023 worldwide. Explore the rich beginnings of this RPG franchise with remasters of 3 timeless adventures that inspire players to go on a journey of discovery, mapping deep dungeons and building customized parties for exploring and engaging in tactical combat. So guys, my first encounter with the Etrian Odyssey series of games was the first game that released on the Nintendo DS. So outside of the game being a JRPG, the one thing that caught my attention back then was the art style, and of course the game being made by Atlus drew me in even more. Etrian Odyssey has amazing dungeon crawling mechanics with some insane monster designs to boot. If you guys are fans of SMT for example, the way the dungeon crawling is done throughout the game and the menu layouts always reminded me of SMT games on the Nintendo DS, and those games in their own right are amazing. So this modern HD port of Etrian Odyssey will feature the first and third games all in one collection. Personally, I'm super excited to revisit this series as it's been a long time since I last played. So if you guys are fans of Persona and the SMT series, with this game of course being developed and published by Atlus, there will be DLC character portrait sets featuring characters such as Joker from Persona 5, Ringo from Soul Hackers 2, Demi Fiend from SMT3 Nocturne, Teddy from Persona 4, the Nahabino from SMT5 and Aegis from Persona 3, all done in the beautiful Etrian Odyssey art style. So if you guys are fans of the SMT games or the Persona Labyrinth games that came out on the Nintendo DS and are looking for a dungeon crawling experience to kind of scratch your itch, look no further than Etrian Odyssey. Personally, I will be picking up this collection at some point during the year, and this is most definitely a game you guys should keep your eyes on. Coming in at number 3, we have Loop Summer of Gods. Developed by Marvelous and Siege Games and published by Marvelous and XC Games, Loop will launch for PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Switch and PC via Steam on June 6, 2023 worldwide. A coming-of-age adventure, Loop Summer of Gods follows protagonist Nini and his classmates as they try to defeat the Kegai, demonic entities who have forced humanity to the brink of extinction. So guys, Loop is a game I've had on my release radar ever since it was announced back at the February Nintendo Direct in 2022. As you guys know, I'm a big sucker for art styles, and the beautiful art style gave me that same feeling I had when I first saw 13 Sentinels for the first time. With a star-studded team behind the game featuring designers from the Grandia series, Sword Art Online, Sakuna of Rise and Ruin and the Ace Attorney series, Loop looks like it's set to be a real sleeper this year and a JRPG that will fly under the radar. Personally, I have high hopes for this game and I will be 100% purchasing this game day one. The one thing that I love about this game is how unique the game looks. As mentioned, the art style is a big pull-in for me and it just looks like you're playing and watching an anime at times. In regards to the combat, the turn-based combat looks super unique, with the combat being linked to relationships you have built with different characters which will affect how party members perform in battle. Loop is a game I am super excited for and cannot wait to release. As mentioned, I feel this game is going to be super slept on this year, but certainly a game I feel everyone needs to give a try, so be on the lookout for Loop when it drops on June 6, 2023 worldwide. Coming in at number 2, we have Master Detective Archives Raincode. Developed by 2Kill Games and published by Spike Chunsoft, Master Detective Archives Raincode will launch for the Nintendo Switch on June 30th, 2023 worldwide. a brand new dark fantasy detective action game from the minds behind the Danganronpa series. Yuma, an amnesiac detective in training, and Shinigami, the spirit haunting him, tackle unsolved mysteries in a strange city caged by unending rain. From the creators of the Danganronpa series, Raincode is a game that immediately grabbed my attention. I personally loved watching people play the Danganronpa series of games, but it's never a series I could see myself sitting down and playing. Raincode on the other hand offers a completely different experience with engaging gameplay and an insanely beautiful and vibrant world. Raincode right off the bat from the trailers was of huge interest to me. The one thing that I love is the world and characters. They just look so alive, and I can already tell just based off the trailers this will be a game people will fall in love with so easily. The combat in Raincode looks really interesting to me, with it being linked to the job of the main character being a detective. Having to get information out of a potential culprit in the case in an over-the-top turn-based manner looks really well done. It really reminded me of the Ace Attorney series, but done in a more elaborate way. Raincode is a game I have been really looking forward to, and another game I could see being a sleeper this year. Personally, I will be checking this game out when it drops, so be sure to mark down your calendars for the release of Master Detective Archive's Raincode, which is set to drop on June 30th worldwide. And finally, coming in at number 1, we have Final Fantasy 16, developed and published by Square Enix. Final Fantasy 16 will launch for PlayStation 5 on June 22nd, 2023 worldwide. Final Fantasy 16 brings players into a world where icons are powerful and deadly and creatures reside within dominance. Only a single man or woman blessed with the ability can call upon their dreaded power. The story follows Clive Rosfield, a young man dedicated to mastering the blade who is dubbed the first shield of Rosaria, and tasked to guard his younger brother Joshua, the dominant of the Phoenix. Unexpected events set Clive on a dark and dangerous road to revenge. So guys, probably every JRPG fan's most anticipated game of the year, I am beyond hyped for the release of Final Fantasy 16. It's crazy to think we are just weeks away from the release of the latest installment in the Final Fantasy series. From the gameplay trailers we've seen so far, we all know the direction of Final Fantasy games has shifted from turn-based to now a more modern day action RPG. But if you are watching this video as a newer fan of JRPGs and want a gateway into them, I believe Final Fantasy 16 could be the perfect start. Square Enix making the decision to make the game more accessible to casual and newer fans is something that is pretty evident throughout Final Fantasy 16, and as mentioned in previous videos, I am not opposed to change as long as it's executed well, and from what we've seen so far, my hype levels have not died down, and I can see this game being a huge success and potentially nominated for Game of the Year. Personally, I cannot wait for the release of Final Fantasy 16, and it's easily my most anticipated game of the year. I will be picking this game up on day 1, and I am super excited to see what's in store for us all in the latest installment in the series. So that'll do it for this video guys. I really appreciate you guys for watching. That was my top 5 JRPGs you can play in the month of June 2023. As always, please let me know down below which game you're most excited for this month, and even a game that didn't even make the list. Also, be sure to check out my previous video on 5 JRPGs I've loved so far this year. The link to that should be popping up at the end of this video. So as always, please like, sub, share if you're new, hit that notification bell to get notified for my videos first, and I hope I can be you guys' #1 source for all JRPG news. So from me too, this has been your bruv, the big bruv, and I'm gonna catch you guys on the next video. I'm out, peace!